Hey folks, it's Big Bear 77 back at you with a real quick video. We're going to do a Raw and Smackdown review. Little update on these reviews. This will be the last time that these reviews should be together. Starting next week, I will be giving full reviews. On Tuesday, I shall be uploading a Raw review. Wednesday, Smackdown, and then either Wednesday night or Thursday, I'll have a I'm going to put the 205, kind of combine it with the NXT, only because those shows are only an hour, so combining them kind of makes a little more sense, takes up some time. But the reason I'm doing this change is because I don't give you guys the full review. I only take a couple bad things that happen in the show and a couple good things to kind of just put it out there and just boom, my opinions. And the video goes too long because I have two shows to cover. So I'm going to cut that out and move on. So what I'm going to do in this one for the last time is I'm going to review, give you a couple of the bad things, a couple of the good things that happen on Raw. Then I'm going to switch over and do the SmackDown. And that'll be the last time this will happen. These videos are all going up late because I'm a procrastinator at times. Something I want to change in this new year. So let's get on over to the video. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, as always, if you like my videos, subscribe. Go tell your friends about them. Have them come over and check them out and subscribe too. If you love these videos, just subscribe. That's all I can say. Okay, let's get on over to the Raw side of the review and then SmackDown. What's going on, guys? Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of Raw action. It started off with the segment with Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, and Stephanie comes down. Stephanie acknowledges, I thought this was great, she acknowledged the ratings war and that she acknowledged that Raw sucks, that it needs to get better. So at least WWE's acknowledging it? I don't know. Anyways, worst part of that segment was Mick Foley's new hairdo. I'm not getting it. Anyways, we found out in that segment that on Goldberg's return, he's going to be on a brand new show on Raw. It's called The Kevin Owens Show, and that will be at the end. We also found out that Chris Jericho is going to, because Stephanie was in a foul move, Chris Jericho was going to get a title shot against the U.S. champion, Roman Reigns, again. And that we were going to see Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens again. So let's get right into what I thought was bad about the show, since I started off with that. What I thought was bad about Raw and things that we're tired of seeing. We're tired of seeing Seth Rollins versus, well, at least I am. This is my opinion, remember that. Tired of seeing Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns. You know, the first time these matches happened, very entertaining, very electrifying, very, I mean, it was a wrestling match. Now it's getting to the point where they're not as exciting, they're not as entertaining, and, you know, there's moments that you could get up and go use the restroom. Just take a potty break, don't worry about it, you're not going to miss much. You know who's pretty much going to win these matches, things like that. But the only thing that made the Kevin Owens match even worth watching was because the loser was not allowed to come down to the match during the Chris Jericho Roman Reigns match. That's the only thing. So that's the problem with this brand split, and I like the brand split. Anyone who knows me knows I like the brand split. It's giving some of these younger superstars opportunities. You wouldn't see Alexa Bliss holding a women's title if there was no brand split. I'm sorry. American Alpha would not be the tag team champions at this point in their careers. I believe they would get it eventually, but not maybe right now if there was no brand split. So, but with that being said, and then a team like Cesaro and Sheamus probably would never have formed if there was no brand split. So I like the brand split. I just think that the brand split has given us this, where we're seeing a lot of rematches, a lot of repeats. Another thing that did not go off so well, in my opinion, is we're tired of seeing this one. Another repeat. Remember that. Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman. Who in the right mind thinks that Sami Zayn is going to win it? It would be a shocking moment if Sami Zayn wins it. He's lasting longer, yes, and I'll give him credit there. But it's a match that no one wants to see. Who wants to see Sami Zayn get dominated and brutally beat up all over the ringside? Not me. But on to some of the stuff that was pretty good in the night. We did have I have to think here for a second. Oh yeah, we had Nia Jax versus Bayley, and I thought this match was going to be one of the matches I put in the no one cares bin, but because I thought the only way Bayley's getting a win is by disqualification, and that didn't happen. Sasha Banks' music plays. Nia Jax is distracted while she's on the second turnbuckle. Boom, belly to Bayley. 1, 2, 3. Bayley's your number one contender. Awesome match. Bayley got dominated all through the match until the end and won the match. And now another great thing that happened on Raw is the main event. We had the Kevin Owens show. Here comes Kevin Owens. He comes down with Chris Jericho. On the show, Chris Jericho puts the whole city on his list. I like the list. I think it's funny. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You don't like it, get over it, because you could go on the list too. Anyways, then he makes a big announcement that he's entering the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens is not too enthused about this and confronts him. Then all of a sudden you hear Goldberg's music. That's right. And here comes Goldberg. He gets in the ring. Chris Jericho's confronting him, said, you know what happens to people that interrupt me? You know what happens? Well, we all know what happens. They're going on some stupid list, right? But Goldberg stops him before he says list and says, spear. Then looks at Kevin Owens, jackhammer. Because that's what's going to happen to those two. I'm sorry. Anyways, they do that whole talking bit. And I'm not going to go over everything that was said in the ring. Then here comes Paul Heyman, and he does his whole, my client, Brock Lesnar, but is not here tonight. Then he comes down and does his talking. Guys, I don't care what you think. Paul Heyman's good with the mic. He belongs on the show. Leave it alone. Then here comes Roman Reigns. Gets in the ring, confronts Chris Jericho yet again. But then after he's done with that and confronting Kevin Owens, he turns his attention to Goldberg and they have a standoff in the ring. But wait. That's not the only standoff. Because now you hear Braun Strowman's music and here comes Braun Strowman. He gets in the ring. He announces that he's entering the Royal Rumble. There's a three-way standoff. They're all three standing like a triangle-looking effect. But something's going to happen, right? Something's going to happen. How about a double spear from Roman Reigns and Goldberg? Raw, that segment stole the show that night. I'm sorry. I liked it. I thought it was funny. It had action. It was good. It was one of your best segments you've had in a long time, and you've raised the bar again. You're back to raising the bar, sir. I still think that we could do some things differently, but hey, what? I mean, I could be a hater if I want. Anyways, that was Raw. Let's kick it over to SmackDown. SmackDown time. Okay. SmackDown starts off with The Miz. I thought the Miz's segment with the microphone was great. Miz is great with the microphone. Like him or hate him, whatever. I'm not a fan of The Miz as far as a wrestler goes. He's not one of my favorite wrestlers. However, when it comes to this business, he is what's best for business. This guy is a great guy on the mic. He puts on some pretty good, storylines. I wouldn't say he puts on great matches, but he puts on great storylines. And his storyline is that, he's chicken. But he's great for business. But we have him starting off. I like this feud that they're having with Renee Young and Dean Ambrose. And we all knew that Dean Ambrose and The Miz were going to fight for the title, the Intercontinental title later that night. Well, he comes down. He invites him down. We'll get to that all in a second. But let's talk about what was bad on the night. On the night, we had Carmella take on a NXT nobody. Someone that most people, unless you watch NXT, you have never heard of her name. And if you watch NXT, you don't know a whole lot about her. You had Nikki and Natty on the mic. Take the mics away from them. I'll get to that. And then you had a match that we thought ended in 2016, but we had the feud going again in 2017. I don't know. Anyways, let's start off with the Carmella match. I'm done with squash matches. Everybody knew what the outcome was going to be. Everybody knew what was going to happen. The only good part about that whole match was we got to see this whole weird relationship with Ellsworth and Carmella. It's weird. I'm telling you, it's weird. The match was by far not fabulous. Anyways, let's move on to the next next thing I wanted to talk about. Nikki Bella and Natty Neidhart with the microphones. It was cringe. It was awful. I'm telling you right now, I thought it was some of the worst mic work I've heard in a long time on a wrestling event. It was hard to follow. I was confused. I didn't really want to listen to them. It was a bathroom break moment. I say either shorten the time dramatically down to where they barely have any time on the mic, or just take the mic away from them and let them fight in the ring. And I like both girls. Trust me, I like them both. But yeah, the mic stuff's got to stop. Next up, match that I thought 2016 we saw the end of it, but no, we're in 2017 and we're seeing maybe a renewing of it. Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. I said this before, I thought the match was overdone. It needs to stop, it needs to quit, it needs to be over with. Get rid of it. And yeah, here we are in 2017 talking about it again. And that's the whole thing about this brand split. I'm sorry. Great things happened on the night. There was a whole lot that I want to talk about on this. One of the main things was The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. You figure The Miz is a kiss butt. He's going to keep the title, right? No, Dean Ambrose is the new Intercontinental Champion. I thought it was very good. The referee was going to disqualify The Miz because of Maurice, but Dean Ambrose stops him. He throws Maurice out. Dean Ambrose ends up picking up the win after being hit in the back of the head with the title, by the way. I thought it was a very good match. Great on the night. The John Cena segment. John Cena in the ring is what is best for business, guys. You may hate John Cena, and there's a lot of people out there that do, but John Cena is great for the WWE. He puts on great performances every time he steps in the ring, and he puts on great mic work. I mean, come on, guys. He is best for business. You may be tired of them pushing him, but the reason they push him is because he is best for business. Fans get excited. They either love him, they either hate him. They don't know what they want with John Cena, but he's still best for business. He brings in the money. He brings in the fans. And I thought it was great with him and AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles, again, best for business. You had Baron Corbin come down announcing that he's the first SmackDown star to enter the Royal Rumble. Great segment, the whole thing. AJ Styles with the kick at the end. But the signing is done. It's going to happen. John Cena versus AJ Styles. I can't wait for that match. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. As always, like, favorite, comment, whatever. Follow me on everything. Everything's in the description box. Catch you all later. Wrestling wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad this week. So, catch you all later. Peace.